Here's my audience. Hand it over to my camera person again. As it's Cole Mains, the purpose of my video today is just to basically, guys, give you a rundown of some of the things that I do for work. You know, it's getting to the point where it's Christmas season, it's holiday season, and we're coming back out of the hurricane season. And a lot of the people don't ever see what linemen do, or you know how we operate and do the things that we do to get your power back on. One of the main things that we do is have to work with electrical lines, which require us to use rubber gloves to maintain them. Otherwise, we'd get shocked from it. Well, a lot of people, what they don't notice is, you know, when you see all these video clips of people, you know, working during hurricanes, is most of the time you can see a guy wearing a pair of rubber gloves. And when, you know, you see him working on them, you know, you don't think anything about what he's actually using. But every day, on every single job, you have to inspect your gloves to make sure that they're up to the task of dealing with a high voltage electricity. So what I'm going to be doing here is just kind of demonstrating to you exactly how we're going to be inspecting them out in the field whenever you get a chance to actually inspect them between jobs. So the first thing I'd like to show you here is just the glove itself. You just want to inspect to make sure there's no abrasions or cuts along the leather liner here. This leather liner is here just to protect the actual rubber good itself, to keep it from getting cut or lacerations from a knife or from just, you know, various things, splinters from a pole or splinters from a cable of some sort. So what you want to do is go ahead and separate the two and just kind of look through all the points in the glove that have stitching, where you have part of the leather cuff meets, you know, the glove together. Just take all the fingers, make sure all the grooves are intact, that the stitching hasn't torn apart. And then at the next stage of it, you want to be looking at your glove, see if there's any cuts or lacerations between the fingers and between the cuff right here. The good thing about these gloves is that they're black on the outside, yet they're yellow on the inside. So if you do see any cuts or abrasions or tears, you'll be able to see the yellow between the glove and the black area here. So, you know, a lot of the things you're not going to be able to see, if there's a pinhole or a pinprick or anything like that's going to be from the cables that you use because it's so small. Or if there's some kind of chemical abrasion, you'll be able to see the bubbling on the rubber itself. So, I mean, a lot of those are just visual things here. So a lot of the other tests that you can do are just ones that you don't need any equipment to do. You can actually just fold it up here at the cuff, and you have air inside the glove. So you can actually listen for any type of hissing or kind of like a weird noise that's actually showing that it's expelling air from it. So that would be telling you if there's a pinhole inside of it or not. A lot of the other tests that some guys do is that you can actually put it on and then dunk it in water, and you can feel if water starts to build up inside your glove, you'll know that there's a hole inside of it. A lot of the other times you could honestly put water inside of it and watch the water spill out of the glove itself. So there's a lot of, you know, varying instances here where you could actually test these without actually having to use any actual equipment. And like I said, this is something I've been doing for 16 years. And it's funny, you know, through all the pairs of gloves that I've actually owned, 4 of them I had to actually return, you know, in brand new condition because they failed my physical inspection. So that's just 4 of the ones from a perfectly good pair of, you know, gloves that got failed. And then, you know, out of those 4, those were brand new. Well, over the 16 years, I've had 2 pairs that I've actually damaged myself through a cut or a laceration or a pinhole. So, you know, out of my 16 years, I've had 6 instances where my rubber gloves have failed. So it's just something to think about when you see your linemen, you know, on a news show or just on TV, that most of the time these guys are depending on these to save their life and to go home to their families. So it's just something to think about, especially during the holiday season, of what linemen actually have to do to keep your lights on for the holiday seasons. It's just something that, you know, we do every single day. It's just something to keep in mind. And I just want to thank you all for listening to me for as long as you have. But that's all I got. Thank you all very much.